All right, I'm back again, and I'm going off with the most Google personal finance questions that people are asking. So, before I get into what's the 10 most Google um, financial questions, I need to tell you I'm not your financial advisor, I'm not your financial planner, and I'm just some dude off of YouTube just answering these questions. Now, the first one is, what is a good credit score? So, that's the most searched question about on Google. So credit score is calculated between 300 and 850. At one point I had like 820, 830, and these are report agency, which are TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And regardless of your credit score currently, it's a consistent payment history, keeping your debt low, avoiding too much credit requests, and gradually improve your credit score over time. In the hindsight, it's just you just making a proper payment, and a good credit score is based on what you're trying to do. Most people I know only have 600, 700 is really good, 800 you're pretty much set to do whatever you want, and that people will lend you money. It all depends on your income and how you handle your finance. And what is a good credit score? I say anything between 700 is a good credit score, and 600 is about average. 800 is phenomenal. And then, how many credit cards should you have? That is the second most asked question on Google, and that depends on you. I personally don't think a lot of credit cards is good, but it depends on your situation because I have a business credit card, I have a personal credit card, and a credit card per business so that I don't have to let people use the debit cards. So you kind of need credit cards if you're allowing people to spend your money. And that's kind of how business work. You can't just hold on to your money and be the only person if you want to grow your company. So how many credit cards you should have is personally based off yourself, but I think two is enough for personal. Any more is kind of a bit much, but two should be good enough. Counting on your your balance or counting on your limit on each one. And then number three is, what is compound interest? Well, compound interest is just earning on both money you spend, or compound interest is just the money you save and the interest you earn off it. So simply put it's just interest on interest. So pretty much if you have $100, you have 5% interest each year. So every year you get $105. But the second year you have it'll be 110.25. So you make money off the money you earn plus what you have in there. So the first year can be 105, and then if you don't touch it, the second year off of 5% interest will give you 110.25 off in your bank account. So pretty much it's just whatever your money is, and then the next year it doubles on the, not doubles, but increases according to it. So if it's 5% and it's 105, it gives you another $5.25. And that's how it works. How do reverse mortgages work? It's the third one. And reverse mortgages work is, you go in there and off your traditional home, and let's say you have your house paid off. Well, then I need some money. So they just go to the bank, say, hey, this is my house. I would like to borrow against my house. And they borrow against their own house. So they put their house on leverage to borrow any money. And people do this all the time. I've done it, and I don't think it's a very smart idea, but hey, I did it, and nothing else I can do about it. Just pay off the thing. How to start investing is the next one. It's the fifth most searched question. And how to start investing is very hard to understand. Is first you have to start with a plan. Two is take advantage of your 401k. Three, get help from a freaking financial professional if you don't know what you're doing. And then four, you look up and set up an IRA if you have that much money. And then five, you can consider open a money market account or a CD, counting on how much money you're getting. Back in the day, I get stories from these boomers that says, "Oh, I used to save in CDs and they used to give a 13% return." I'm like, wow, I wish I was back then because that 13% return would have made a lot of money. Number 6 is on that one portion, you need to diversify your investments. And 7 is adjust your investment plan as your investment or your income grows. And I can't believe this is the 6th most asked question is the 6th most searched question on Google with an average of 7,890 average monthly search is, what is a checking account? Okay. Unlike a savings account, a checking account is designed for people to have easy access to their money. Checking account is like a transitional account. So it's the account you use all the time to pay things. So a savings account has a higher interest rate. So it behooves you, or you should keep your money in the savings account if you're not going to plan on using. That's where I put my emergency fund at. But a savings account is different from a checking account. It's all based off interest on the account. And next question, the 7th place question is, when are student loan due? Well, I don't know. The student loans due whenever you took out the payment, and it tells you on your contract when you sign. So you're going to have to go through your contract and say, oh, it's due by this date. Number 8 is, what's the overdraft protection? Well, overdraft protection is just if you don't have enough money, the bank will cover it for you, but they're going to charge you for using it. So it is a thing where you have 25 cents in there, and then people go get gas and they'll get $30-$40 for gas. Well, it'll cover it, but then you're in a debt to the bank. That's what overdraft is. And then they charge you for use that. How much income to file taxes? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it depends on how much money you make and how complicated your taxes. My taxes are completely complicated. I have no idea how to do them. So I had to go to someone. So depending on your age and relationship status with the money, each year that depends on how much you pay in taxes. But you can pretty much do it for free online, or you can pay someone, a couple $100 to a couple $1,000. It all depends, And then how do personal loan works is number 9, and it depends on what type of personal loan you get. You can get one to help build credit, and you can get one for installment payments for fixed rate. So it could be variable, it could be different. It all depends on your agreement with it. But a personal loan is just like, hey, I need a large amount of money or a small amount of money, and I promise you I'll pay you back. And it could be for a wedding, moving, vacation, and all the other stuff. But it's just you going to the bank, say, hey, I'm good for this money, and I'll put my name on it. And instead of putting something up for liability. So you can put your car on for liability. So if you don't make a payment, they'll take your car. But a personal loan is how it works is you taking out a debt to do something in your life, and you personally take it out, and it could be any type of loan structure, and that's all on your personal self. So those are the 10 most Google question. And so yeah, so I'll have to go over again. What is a good credit score? How many credit cards should I have? What's compound interest? How to do reverse mortgage work? How to start investing? What is the checking account? What are student loan, or when our student loan are due? What is overdraft protection? And how much income to file a tax return? So how much do you need to file? I apologize, I messed up on that one. So how much income you need to file is $12,500 according to the IRS. So if you make less than $12,500 a year, you don't need to file income tax. But to make sure you talk to a financial advisor or look up the IRS rules and regulation on that. And number 10 is, how do I personally worse. So yeah, I messed up again. So yeah,